Doma Sports Talk worldwide with some news from the world of boxing. So y'all know what time it is. You ain't in a rush to get concussed, baby. Now, biggest fight probably of the year, or one of them, right, for sure, when Manny Pacquiao is involved. Eight division champ, legend. Manny Pacquiao gonna be facing off against Spence, two belt champion in the welterweight division. The very best welterweight, most would say, and in the top 5 pound for pound, most would say. So Errol Spence, and he's in his prime. So that's a big fight. A lot of people were surprised Manny Pacquiao took that fight. I actually thought Manny Pacquiao was going to take Mikey Garcia, so I'm going to be honest about that. But he took Errol Spence. This is going to be a huge fight. So huge that the Ring magazine, right? Ring magazine, that's the boxing Bible, is going to put their belt on the line for the fight as well. Even though there's a couple of belts out there, the WBA real belt is with Yordenis Ugas. Now, most people think Pacquiao should get that belt back, but Pacquiao was basically out for a minute, and they stripped him of it and gave it to Yordenis Ugas, which is not really that much of a bad thing. Pacquiao doesn't need belts. For Ugas, it's more of a big thing. So there you have it. But they're thinking about putting the Ring magazine belt on the line. They're going to do that. And the WBA is thinking about reinstating Pacquiao as the real champion there, which would put 3 belts on the line for that fight. So that's huge in that aspect. Now, when it comes to the Ring magazine, Boxing Bible, well, that's a big thing for most people. Now, if that's a big thing, what they're talking about, then it should be a big thing. Ring magazine, 2.5 to 3 years ago, had a big scandal with the racist emails going back and forth to Golden Boy Promotions talking about the PBC boss, Al Heyman, calling him the Black Hitler and, the N-word. So they never excused themselves for that. So from that point on, for me, they're not significant anymore, because you would have to address that first, because that was really people that were involved with Ring magazine. But for some, they're probably still important. Let's see what happens in this fight. I'm gonna keep this one short. I will just note, for me, notice that a lot of people think Pacquiao can win this fight. A lot of people think Pacquiao's in the fight. He's only a 2-1 underdog in this fight. But for me, it's a fight between two people that don't want to fight Terrence Bud Crawford. Right? It's like AJ and Fury, two people that didn't want to fight Deontay Wilder. It's like Inoue versus Donaire, two people that don't want to fight your boy Rigondeaux. Canelo versus GG, two people that don't want to fight Andre or Charlo. Who else? Lomachenko versus Teofimo Lopez, two people that don't want to fight Devin Haney. So that's the point there. Right? When it came to Terrence Crawford, people were worried about Pacquiao's well-being and things like that. And I'm guarantee you he was going to be more of an underdog. People were wondering if he was going to get knocked out. So, Terrence Crawford looks good here, in my opinion. Let's see who wins, and hopefully they'll fight Terrence Crawford, because Terrence Crawford is lurking in a fight like this, because Pacquiao wants to fight Spence, but not really Terrence Crawford, and that's for years. He wanted $40 million to fight Terrence Crawford. Let's see what he gets for fighting Errol Spence. Until now, I haven't heard that. Let's see what happens. Doma Sports Talk worldwide, and I'm about to here, y'all.